Hello, I am Endlessness and welcome back to Final Fantasy VII Our Crisis, and in this video I'd like to give you a guide for the floor B30 in the Brutal Tower event. Bahamut and Ifrit is a boss I think many people are familiar with because a lot of us struggled on those EX stages a few months ago. Ifrit is weak to ice and Bahamut has no elemental weakness but doesn't resist any elements, so you can use ice DPS on both unless you have space to use two weapons. It is exactly the same boss as EX2, but this one hits a lot harder and has a lot more HP. While Ifrit is immune to attack debuffs, it is crucial to debuff Bahamut's magic and physical attack, and you also need both physical and magic defense buffs as well as high defensive stats and also fire resistance on every character, and ideally a diamond sigil as those sigil faces are very tight. And Ifrit can be poisoned, so you might bring a bio, but be careful because you might overkill Ifrit way too quickly, and for that reason I didn't use a biomateria so I could control the battle easier and don't risk overkilling Ifrit way too quickly. And Ifrit will also keep buffing his attacks mid-battle, and he's immune to attack debuffs, meaning you have to use either Nanaki or Matt's limit breaks to nullify them, or Vincent is the only character whose limit break can not only nullify but actually debuff Ifrit's attack. Because of how hard both bosses hit, unless you stack defenses very high and have a very powerful healer, then two healers are required. And ideally, to make it safe, you want to have at the very least 200 physical and magic defense on every character with at least one weapon with fire resistance. Aerith is a perfect healer here with Bahamut and Camera if you have them. If not, I find Aerith having Citric Wand great because she can boost ice damage on your DPS, but it also means you need another character with magic defense buffs. You could have Camera and Citric combo on her, and then you will only need physical defense on another character like Matt with Centipede. And I actually find Nanaki a great support here because he has 380B Diamond Sigil weapon, can buff magic defense or debuff magic attack, whatever you want him to do. And we also have multiple ice DPS like Tifa, Cloud, or now Yuffie. So overall I have seen people use different setups and it just depends on what you have available to make it work. But as for me, I said in another video that most likely I am not going to clear B30. I was fine and relaxed, but now we got that level 90 cap increase and I had to try it because earlier my issue was that I wasn't meeting those minimum requirements to survive in a battle, and that level 90 increased our HP. And I also used some Nanaki parts to get his Slate Collar to OB6 for that high potency magic defense per cast, and since I used whole A6 Nanaki parts, I had to clear it so they wouldn't be wasted. And I really tried to make it work with Matt, but without Camera I just couldn't. So this is the only team I can clear B30 with on my account, but once I met those requirements that I needed, it went pretty quickly because I still remember Bahafrit's faces and the movesets. But even with level 90 it is still a very, very long battle. But I'm using Seth, Nanaki and Aerith, with Seth as DPS, Aerith as healer, and Nanaki support and secondary healer. Nanaki has Canyon outfit with Stardust Ray to nullify Ifrit's attack buffs, Silver Collar in main weapon slot for this OQ materia slot and Diamond Sigil, Sleek Collar for MDEF buffs, and I also have Ice Breach for Ifrit, defensive Cura, and this one is just a PDF stat stick. Then in sub-equipment slots I have Shiva Summon Weapon with HP and Fire Resistance, John Collar with Fire Resistance and PDF, and Guild Weapon with Magic Defense for all allies, so Nanaki has 12.1 HP, 2.8 heal, and his defenses are just above 200. And also, Nanaki's ultimate weapon has PDF on it, so if you have it, you'll have it much easier getting his physical defense up, and all you have to worry about will be increasing his magic defense. I didn't want to buy his ultimate weapon, so I rolled for defensive brands on all his weapons to get both physical and magic defense just above 200, and he also has level 5 fire resistance. Ifrit has Bahamut outfit with Healing Wind, but you could use Breath of the Earth or Icy Judgment, but with Citric buffs that Icy Judgment doesn't do much, so just to be safe I rather have heals. Bahamut Rod in main weapon slot for heals and PDF buffs, and also to boost Sephiroth's magic attack. Citric in secondary to also buff Sephiroth. Ifrit's ultimate weapon for stats and a free heal if you need it. D-Faith to help Sephiroth debuff Bahamut's magic attack, and other materia just PDF stat sticks. And in sub-equipment slots, Ifrit has Yield weapon with magic defense for allies, syringe for HP and buff debuff extension, and another Yield weapon with physical defense for allies and fire resistance, so she has 13.6 HP, 3.7 heals and quite high defenses. Lastly, Sephiroth has Ice Arcanum outfit with Shiva, Edged Wings for DPS, Kuja for attack debuffs, Genji, and all his materia just defensive stat 6 with PDF and MDef. And in sub-equipment slots he has Enhanced Sword, Northern Lights with magic defense and fire resistance, and Power Soul for HP, but ideally I would put here HP weapon with Ice Ponzi, but mine are all below OB6, so Power Soul is my best option. So Sephiroth has 13.4 HP, 7.6 magic attack and highest defenses I was able to give him. Alright, Bahamut and Ifrit again, but this time a lot tougher. But wait for 5 AB to start buffing your magic defense and also debuffing his attack. And I have Ifrit to help Sephiroth to use D-Fate twice, and he can debuff the rest. Just one more, but also with Nanaki, make sure that your magic defense is also high Ponzi, so you have both high Ponzi magic attack debuff and high Ponzi magic attack buff on your team. To take a little bit less damage, because we'll get hit by Hellfire just after and we really don't have a lot of time to recover. We're fine. But here, after this, we will get hit by Crimson Flare, but this double limit, it will take a little bit longer for them to charge, so we have more than enough time to recover HP and also refresh those debuffs and buffs. And we should be good here. But I'm going to stay on Nanaki because he has Diamond Sigil, and we'll get that Diamond Sigil phase just after this, so I'm staying on him to ensure that he won't waste his AB to try to heal. And here are the sigils, so if you have saved AB, then it's very easy to break them. But here I am also going to wait to do that Shiva summon, because I know that I will get another Shiva ready for when Ifrit will do his charge attack. So this is just a little bit of free damage here. But also immediately go back to Bahamut. And if you can, also start buffing Sephiroth's ice damage and magic attack with Citric Wand, because now we have that countdown, and don't worry about it, just use it to do some DPS on Bahamut. And unless you have 2 DPS, it will take take a while to deplete his gauge, which is fine. Mega Flare is not the biggest danger in this battle. I think it will be 2 or 3 attacks. Yeah, okay, 2 attacks. Now you can just go to Ifrit and do some damage on him, but I prefer to debuff Bahamut because he will also keep attacking you and debuffing your physical defense. So you want to make sure that you are safe. And this is the first physical debuff. So this is a little bit tricky because the Crimson Dive is coming, that's a physical attack, but also Bahamut occasionally debuffs your physical defense, so you want to make sure that you deplete. You also go to defense on that heat wave. This is very important. So you take a little bit less damage, so you won't die. And we should be fine. But also Crimson Dive, yes, it's a physical attack, so that's why you need higher physical defense and fire resistance. But here we have enough time to recover because Bahamut will do Dive Bomb. So just debuff his physical attack and we should be fine. But also be careful because Ifrit will attack you now with Flame Impact, so just heal back if you want to be safe that you'll survive. But here again, stay on Nanaki, because after this Dive Bomb we get a Diamond Sigil phase. And those are, all of them are very, very tight. Ifrit one, it only has 10 Diamond Sigils, so it's really not so bad, but after this one, later on there will be Bahamut Sigil phase and it will have 13 Diamond Sigils. But here immediately start doing some DPS on Bahamut, but don't worry, he will hit us with a Mega Flare, which will be fine. But you can use it to do some damage on him. And this is the one, so that means that he will start charging that Mega Flare, so we'll have to debuff him and buff our magic defense. But Mega Flare is really not the main danger here, so it's just... Actually, yeah, I'm gonna use those. Because after Mega Flare there will be another countdown on him, so we will have a lot more time to do some DPS on him, because Ifrit takes much more damage because ice attacks, and Bahamut is our main target because we need a lot more attacks to do damage on him. But here it's the same thing, so buff your magic defense, debuff his magic attack, and you're good. Just one more and we are good. Here you can just damage him a little bit, because now they are charging the Crimson Flare, that double summon, that double limit. So it's pretty much the beginning of the battle, but we have skipped Ifrit's attack. But don't worry about it. Just the same thing, debuff Bahamut's magic attack and buff your magic defense, and that's it. I know Nanaki isn't at full HP, but I'm very confident that he will survive. It'll be close, but he will. This is yet another free Shiva, so use it if you feel confident, because I know here's another countdown coming, so I will get another Shiva ready for Ifrit when we'll get to his phase. But without bio, this is the reason why I'm not using bio, is I can't fully control where the damage goes. With bio, it takes a lot of his HP, so there's a big chance you might overkill him and kill him too quickly, and you will not be able to finish off Bahamut here. So that's why I keep them relatively at similar HP, so I know which one to target. But we should be good here. But with 1 DPS, those countdown phases, they just take a lot of time, so you know that on 1, the countdown phase, you'll be able to deplete it, but then the second one starts at 2 or even 1, so you know you'll get hit by Mega Flare on the next one. But as I said, Mega Flare is fine. Ifrit he is a bigger danger. But now is the same thing, so Bahamut debuffs your physical defense, and now is the heat wave, so make sure that you switch to defense on that, because it hits very hard, always. And there's always 2 of them coming. And yeah, I can squeeze 1 more. Perfect. Because as you can see, even though I am mostly targeting Bahamut and only targeting Ifrit on this phase when he's charging his Crimson Dive, they are still at pretty much same HP. And with bio, when I tried it, I would be way too scared that it will overkill Ifrit. But it's the same thing, it's just dive bombs on, so just debuff his physical attack and he'll be fine. But also after this, there should be another sigil phase just after. So we should be good here. But yeah, this is 13 diamond sigil, so it's a little bit more tough. But with Nanaki, it's manageable. Actually, let's kill it quickly here and make sure that I didn't fail here. Because if you fail at those sigils, then Bahamut will buff his physical attack and do frenzy on you, which means most likely your character will die here. But we're fine, and now go to Ifrit, because this is the second sigil phase. And we should be fine here. Just do this and just use Shiva. Save that Stardust Ray, because you'll need it just after. Because I won't be able to deplete that Mega Flare gauge in time, so there will be another Mega Flare coming and Crimson Flare, so you want to save that Stardust Ray for later. And actually you can use here to switch targets to Ifrit to get them both to red HP. But also pay attention if you have Citric, then pay attention for when those buffs are expiring to renew them. So yeah, that's the same thing. Just buff your magic defense to ensure that it is at high, but also high magic defense, magic attack buff, and you'll be good. Just a little bit more damage here, because now comes the Crimson Flare, and the same thing, just make sure that the magic attack is debuffed, and here's why I didn't use the Stardust Ray, because Ifrit buffs his attacks and this is the only way to debuff him. So here you can use Shiva and Stardust Ray to nullify it to take a little bit less damage. And it's perfect. Here's fine, just continue doing DPS on Bahamut, because now we have another countdown, so you don't have to worry about anything. But also they are both low, at low HP, so now it becomes a little bit more risky, because you cannot afford to overkill one of them. Because as soon as you kill one of them, they will enrage and will start charging the final attack, which will kill you. So it becomes a DPS race, so you have to plan it. And actually I'm going to use Genji here to give Sephiroth that extra high attack buff, because I'm planning to kill them to get Bahamut to relatively very low HP and kill with Shiva, ideally both of them. Just one more so Bahamut doesn't do too much damage to us. When you PDF buff and, well, just go on Ifrit and hopefully we can kill him. I'm pretty sure we can. But the same thing. Alright, one more to ensure that Ifrit dies. Even though yeah, he definitely dies here. Let's see if I can kill Bahamut Just a few more hits, so that's fine. But that's why you want to plan this ahead. Just have strategy to be able to kill either both of them at the same time or just the second one after. Because now he should, yeah, Dark Aura. So this is where he starts charging his final Mega Flare. And there's no countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He just starts charging it. So you have to make sure that you are able to kill the one surviving in that short period of time, that you can succeed in this DPS race. But yeah, that's the whole battle. It's insanely long, even with level 90. But I think once you get those minimum requirements, they have same faces. So if you just remember them, then it becomes quite manageable. But yeah, it's definitely one of those very tough battles. But it's fine. I hope so. But yeah, I hope you found my guide helpful. And thank you very much for watching. And I hope to see you next one.